Alright, let's get started. So first of all guys, welcome to tonight's webinar. This is Matt Lloyd. I'm actually calling in from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Wherever you are calling in from around the world, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Tonight's call is all about the business model that took myself from making $700 per month to over $300,000 per month in less than an 18-month period. I'm going to show you what actually happened in my business and how we actually did that. And my hope is that you're going to be able to get some insights, some strategies that you hadn't seen before, and actually apply them to your own business. Maybe not necessarily go wherever you are now and start making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, even though that would be wonderful. But at least you will be able to apply some of these strategies in your business and have a few income surges yourself. I'm also going to tell you that the next 90 minutes that we spend together will possibly be the most important investment that you make in your online business this year. Okay, because I'm going to be showing you some things that they're not exactly conventional in most of the internet marketing training you see. They don't usually talk about these things, but after having done this for over 5 years and generating tens of millions of dollars in sales, these are the things that actually count. These are the things that matter and get you results. So let me show you what a few of them are that I'm going to be talking about tonight. First of all, I want to talk about possibly what I consider the biggest misconception of this entire industry. And maybe only 3% of the people in this industry truly get it. They truly get what we are supposed to be doing. The rest don't really get it. That's why they're not making a lot of money. So I'm going to show you what that is and how to make sure that you're actually in the top 3%. What exactly happened to take my business from doing $700 a month total revenue to over $315,000 per month in total revenue in just an 18-month period? Now, I should mention that today we do a lot more than that. Okay, we're a much bigger company today. But specifically on this call, I'm going to be talking about that one 18-month period where everything turned around, because I think that's going to be the most valuable to you at home. You know, if you're still trying to get your business off the ground, or you've had the odd little sale here and there, then you can probably relate to where I was at $700 per month, and I'm going to show you how to really just blow this up. You know, how to take this to a much higher level, how the numbers break down. So a lot of people want to get to the 7 figures. They want $1 million business, but they don't really understand what would that actually look like. How would the numbers break down? How many front-end products would you need to sell? How many back-end products? And if you haven't really seen that, it's kind of hard to aim for something when you don't know what it actually looks like. So I will show you what does it actually look like. I'm going to show you where at least half of my monthly income, okay, so it's a lot more these days, but back then it was over $150,000 per month, is being made. And most people have no idea about this income source, even though it's very easy to add into your business. Even you right now, wherever you are with your business, you could add this in and instantly it will change everything for your income. Okay, so I'll tell you what that is, how to add that in. Our plan to scale to a $50 million per year company by the end of this year, and how you can possibly share in these earnings. So if you're interested in participating in some of that growth, I will show you a way that you can do that. So let's go back to the very beginning. I got started in this industry in late 2008. This would have been October, November 2008. And I didn't really do much for a number of months. But then I thought, okay, well, this actually could be worth spending some time in. So shortly after that, I dropped out of university. I brought into a particular business, cost me $2,000, and then an additional $38,000 Australian. This is in 2009. So pretty much all of the money that I had saved up, all the money that I could borrow, everything, I went all in from the very start. And for 2 years, not a lot happened. I had the odd sale here and there. It took me 9 months working full-time. This is after I dropped out of university. I was 4 years into a degree, but I dropped out to do this full-time. 9 months, I got my very first sale. Okay, then it was up and down, roller coaster income, for at least another 2 years. Now, what you're looking at here, July 2011, this is when it kind of started. Okay, so when I say the $700 per month, this is the time period that I was referring to. Okay, so July 2011. And you'll notice that towards the end of 2011, things started actually showing some promise. I had a $15,000 month. December 2011, I actually had my first $45,000 month, which at the time seemed like all the money in the world. To go from not making, really a penny in 2 years, having months where you just $1,000 was considered good, to suddenly doing $45,000 per month, it's unreal. And I can tell you what that's like, but until you experience that, you're not really going to appreciate just how much that can turn your whole world upside down in a good way, because suddenly it's all worth it, and you think, wow, I'm so glad I stuck with it. And that's why all of you listening, wherever you are right now, however long you've been at this, even without results, don't give up. Okay, just keep on going, because believe me, when you get it, it's worth it. But I kept it up, and as soon as I started seeing those kind of results, I started just really pushing even harder. I started reinvesting all of my money back into the business. I didn't go out and buy the Ferrari or get a new house or anything like that. I put all the money back into the business. And you can see September 2012, now we were doing several $100,000 per month. Now from there, it just kept going up and up and up. Okay, and shortly after that, within those first 18 months, it went from the $700 to the $315K per month. Now today it's a lot more. Okay, it's quite a bit more than that, as you can see. Obviously we're way beyond 2013 here, but it just kept on growing up and up. But the whole reason why I show you this, it's not to talk about how great I am. It's for one thing. I want you to understand that it's possible. Wherever you are right now, however possibly hopeless you feel at times, or frustrated because you can't seem to figure this out, or you're still not getting the results you thought you would, don't give up, because it's possible. Okay, it is very possible for you to do amazing things in this industry. And I'm going to try and help you to do those amazing things on tonight's webinar. So let's actually get into it. Okay, let's get into it. Now, like I said, it's possible. Those are the numbers we did. That's like over 40,000% growth in that 18-month period. That's a lot of growth. But I don't want to mislead anyone and say that it's easy. Believe me, you will have to work harder than you've ever worked before to have those kind of results. But again, it's worth it. Now, one more thing before we actually get into it. I've got a free gift for those of you who stay on until the very end of this webinar. And I wanted to offer this because I know what it's like. You show up to a webinar and I don't know, maybe your favorite TV show's on, or there's something going on, and I don't want you to cut this short. I want to make sure you stay on until the very end, because again, everything I tell you tonight, you will be able to apply into your business and use it to get results. So to help you do that, I've got a free gift for you. Okay, what I'm going to do at the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you a special link. Okay, and at this special link, there's a full video recording of one of my first presentations I ever did on stage. Now, this is an older presentation, but it's still as relevant today as it was back then. Okay, and it talks about the fundamentals behind getting traffic, one of the most important parts of your business. Now, if we had to put a value on that, somewhere around $197 would be a reasonable price, but you will get that completely for free as long as you stay on until the very end of the webinar. And also, one final thing. Please do me a favor, if you have a phone right now, pull it out of your pocket, turn it off, put it on silent, turn off Facebook, turn off Skype. I don't want you doing anything for the next 90 minutes except focusing on this, because I want to make sure you're getting the full value and the full understanding from this time that we spend together. Okay, so just do that for me, and let's get started. Okay, well, I want to start off by talking about what we might call the elephant in the room. So everyone comes into this industry, internet marketing, the idea of building a business online, And we are all, and I mean all of us, we are all sold on this idea that it's easy, that you can make millions of dollars, and it doesn't have to take that long at all. And we soon quickly discover that, well, it's not quite as easy as we maybe first thought. I don't know about you, but when I got started, I thought it was going to be really easy. I thought this will only take a few months, and then I'll be making $50,000 a month or something like that. And it didn't quite work out like that. Now, if we look at the actual number of people who go on to succeed and do big numbers, and those who don't, most people would be shocked because it's literally around 97% of people who get started online. If you come back, 2 or 3 years later, they've given up. They're not doing it anymore. They've gone back to a job, or they're still not making money, and that's an alarming number to me. Okay, that tells us that the vast majority of people aren't getting results. So why is that? Okay, that's the first question we have to ask. Why do people fail? Because if we can answer that question, then we can drastically increase our chances of succeeding if we know what the most common reasons for failing are. And here is why. Okay, in my opinion, this is why. I believe that it's because people focus on all the wrong things. They're doing all the wrong things, and they're doing just about everything besides focusing on the things that actually bring in the money, okay, and help you build a real business. Now, the truth is, this is maybe not always an easy business, but it's a very simple business. It's extremely simple. And at the end of the day, there's two simple equations that as long as you understand and you remember and you focus on, you should do very well. So who's ready to learn what these two equations are? I thought so. Okay, well, let me tell you what they are. So, number one, I want you to write this down. And even if you've seen this before, write it down again. Okay? So the first equation is traffic plus conversions equals sales. Traffic plus conversions equals sales. Okay, and I'll explain each of these in just a moment. Now, the second one is we need to make sure that our sales are greater than our ad expenditure. Now, as long as these two conditions are true, okay, as long as we have good traffic and we have good conversions and we're making sure our sales are greater than what we're spending to get those sales, then we have a real business model. Okay, we have a real business. So let's talk about this. Let's break it down. Traffic plus conversions equals sales. So what exactly do I mean by traffic? Traffic is just simply getting eyeballs to your website. That's really what it is. Getting people to see your website. You could have the greatest store. Okay, you could have the greatest store in the world, but if no one ever sees it, you're not going to make money. At my seminars, I always ask the audience when I'm explaining this, I give them an example. I say, I'll give you two different locations. Okay, let's pretend you've got a really good product and you want to sell it. I'll give you two possible locations. Number one could be the main street in New York. Okay, on a busy day, the main street, and you could be right there. You could have your brick and mortar store right there on that main street. That's location one. Now, the second location you can choose is to be in the middle of the Nevada desert. Okay, now where would you want to be? Now, the answer is very obvious. Obviously, we want to be in front of all of that foot traffic in New York, where people will actually see what we're offering. Well, it's exactly the same as the internet. If no one sees your website, you've got no chance of buying. So you need to have traffic. You need to have clicks, but don't look at clicks as all being equal. They're not. Okay, behind every click, you've got a different person. You might have a 12-year-old, a boy in high school. You might have a 47-year-old lady who's, approaching, she's getting out of her corporate job and now she's looking to retire or something like that. Behind every single click, you've got this real person, and they have real emotions, real different desires, fears. So it's a big mistake to think of clicks as a commodity. Okay, you don't want to do that. So that's what we need first. We need traffic. Now, while we're on the topic of traffic, let me point something out that a lot of people miss. people, especially what we might call newbies, people who are new to this industry, they tend to divide traffic into free versus paid. Okay, as if they've got a choice. I can do free traffic or I can do paid traffic. And the truth of the matter is there's really no such thing as free. Okay, it's not free. When they refer to free, they might be talking about doing videos on YouTube or SEO, search engine optimization, or things like that. And are they really free? Absolutely not. They are not free because they have a cost. If it takes up your time, okay, and you have a choice between putting a lot of time into it or paying some money and getting some instant traffic like you might with pay-per-click, well, you have to weigh up what is the cost of your time. And some people say, well, I'm not really earning a lot, so my time's not worth a lot. You can't think like that. Because if you truly do want to get to $1 million per year, if you are truly serious about that, well, that's about $84,000 per month. Let's assume that you're working a normal, a normal kind of full-time schedule. Your time needs to be worth about $350 per hour to make that $1 million per year become a reality. So if you go and spend 3 hours per day doing article marketing or YouTube traffic because you don't want to do paid traffic, that's a big mistake. Okay, there's a very real cost there. So my point is, don't look at traffic as being free or paid. It's all paid. There's always a cost. And you just need to think to yourself, well, what's going to be the quickest? What's going to be the most scalable? And where can I get the best results? Okay, so more on that later on. So all traffic has a cost. And while we're on the topic of cost, there is only one direction that the cost of traffic is going in. Do you know what that is? Up or down? It's up. Okay, it's definitely very up. I don't know about you, those of you listening at home, but like I said, I got started 2008. Some people have been at this since the late 90s or the early 2000s. And I know that especially in the early 2000s, it was incredibly easy to go on to Google AdWords and start doing pay-per-click and start getting really targeted, high-quality traffic for cheap because Google didn't know the value of their own traffic back then. Okay, but it was very easy to do that. Traffic was very cheap. You could get very good quality traffic. These days, the cost of traffic has risen to reflect the true value of it, and it's gone up, and it's continuing to go up. Why would it continue to go up? Well, increased competition. Okay, there's more and more small business entrepreneurs getting into this space, wanting to compete for the same traffic. So what does competition do to prices? It pushes up those prices. Okay, the average cost per click, we can see from 2008 to 2013, according to this source, Jupiter Research, you can see it's very steadily going up. Okay, now what this means to you is that you have to, and I'll talk about this a little bit later on, but you've got to get better at extracting money out of clicks than any other entrepreneur in your niche, okay, than any of your competition. Whoever is the best at that, at extracting money out of traffic, will win. Okay, they will be able to survive longer, they will be able to buy more traffic, and they will be able to grow. Okay, so that's traffic. Now let's talk about conversions. Okay, so now here's the thing, most people think about conversions later on. Okay, so when most people get into this industry, they think it's all about traffic. They ask questions like, well, where do I go to get cheap, high quality traffic? I don't want to spend a lot, but I want to get a lot of traffic. They look at traffic as being the gold mine, and if they can just figure out traffic, then that's it. Now they can suddenly make a lot of money. That's actually that's the wrong place to start. It truly is. And it took me years to learn this. Okay? If you take one thing away from tonight, and it's this, then you will be miles ahead of just about anyone else in our industry. You start with conversions. Okay, start with conversions first. Now, what is conversions? Conversions are really just your website's ability to get someone to pull out their credit card and spend money with you. Okay, how good is your website at doing that? And we can measure conversions. We can actually measure that with a number. Okay, and we do that by asking the question, well, if I get a visitor to my website, how much is that visitor worth? Okay, so how much do they spend on average? Every click that I get to my website, which is the same as getting a visitor to my website, how much do they actually spend on average? So we can actually put a very real number on it, and it's called average visitor value. Okay, and we work that out by going gross sales in a particular time period divided by the number of visitors we had in that same time period. So if we had, let's say we had $100,000 in sales, and we had 100,000 visitors to our website. Therefore, on average, each visitor was worth $1. Okay, each visitor spent $1 on average. Now, the truth is it might have been just 20 of those visitors who spent a lot of money, but it averages out to be $1 per visit. Okay, now the number that we call this is earnings per click, EPC. And I really hope that you're writing this down, because this, I don't know if this seems boring, but this is truly the fundamental number that tells you how strong your business is. And if you will put your focus on this instead of all those other things that you waste your time on, this is what results in those massive turning points in your business. Okay, now here's why I said that you want to focus on conversions first. If you start off focusing all on traffic, okay, and you don't even worry about conversions, and you get traffic to your website, okay, you start getting a lot of traffic, but you can't convert that traffic, it doesn't matter how much traffic you get, you're still going to have zero sales. There are lots of websites out there that get a lot more traffic than mine. Okay, there are websites out there that would get maybe 100 times the amount of traffic that I get on all my websites. Yet, with a lot of them, I make a lot more money. Okay, why is that? It's because I'm better at converting that traffic. Okay, so this is why we need to put our focus on conversions. Now, here's the deal. Affiliates will always send their traffic to whoever pays the highest price for it. I have a lot of affiliates with my company. Now, why do you think they send traffic to me, to my pages, okay, versus all the other thousands of pages that they could send their traffic to? It's because my company pays them better money. Okay, we pay them more money for those same website visitors than most other companies can even come close to. Okay, and here's the deal. The better your website is at converting traffic into paying customers, the more traffic you will automatically get. Okay, the highest converting websites, they almost magically attract traffic. It's true. I mean, you just put together an affiliate program, and if you have a really good converting website, you will automatically start getting more traffic than you could imagine. Traffic flows to where it's rewarded the most financially. So how do you calculate your average visitor value? Okay, let's actually break this down. And again, refresher, average visitor value is simply, it's you asking how much is a click worth to you on average. It's important because when you go out there and you start buying clicks, if you're going to pay $1 per click, then it really helps if you know what a click is actually worth to you. Okay, if on average it's worth $1.50, then does it make sense to pay $1? Absolutely. Okay, it really does. I mean, if you spend $1 and get back $1.50 every single time, that's you making a 50-cent profit. So that's why we need to know this number. So again, it's gross sales divided by unique visitors. It's the maximum that you can afford to pay to get a visitor to your website and still break even. Okay, so very important number. So let's work this out. Let's say we had 100 unique visitors to our website. And let's say that we got, even if it was only one sale at $100 for all of those 100 visitors, we could say that our average visitor value was $1. Okay, that's really what it is. It's quite simple. So it would break down like this. And I want you to do this after this webinar. You need to work this out. Again, I know this might seem a little bit boring, but it's truly, this is what our business is built upon. Okay, so number of sales, let's say we sold one. What are you actually selling? How much is it worth? Let's say you're selling a $100 product. Okay, so you would go 1 times 2, okay, number of sales times the actual value of a sale, and you would arrive at your total revenue, and then you can work out, well, what's our total revenue divided by number of sales? So 3 divided by 1. Okay, line 3 divided by line 1. And we arrive at our average Vista value. Let me put it to you this way. I like to use the vending machine analogy. You might have heard me say this before, but imagine for just a moment that we decided to take a short little break on this webinar, and I said to you, look, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and you were thirsty. You felt like a can of Coke, and you happened to have some vending machines around you. So you walk to a vending machine, and this first vending machine you see, it's kind of old and beaten down. It doesn't look very new at all, but you put in $2, okay, and you select the can of Coke. Instead of getting a can of Coke, though, you hear the rattle of change in the little change dispenser. And you bend down, you pull out the change, and in your hand, it's $1.80. Now, what would you be thinking? You would be thinking, well, what's going on here? This machine just ate 20 cents. Now, you didn't bring your wallet, so you've only now got $1.80. Okay, but luckily, there's a cheaper drink in that machine for $1.80. So you put in the $1.80, you choose the cheaper drink, and yet again, you hear more change. This time, it's only $1.60. Now you're starting to get a little bit frustrated. So you put in the $1.60, you choose yet a cheaper drink, and again, you get more change. Now, at this point, what would you do? You'd probably kick that machine, okay? You certainly wouldn't keep putting money into it, would you? Okay, because clearly this vending machine is eating your money. It's taking maybe 20% roughly of all your money every time you put money into it. So you're not going to stand there putting money into it. How long could you stand there though, if you wanted to? Not very long. You would get to very low numbers pretty quickly. Now, let's say that instead of going to that vending machine, you went to another one, and this one was actually really nice looking. This one was a brand new shiny vending machine. And you put in $2 for your can of Coke, and yet again you got change. Okay, but this time it was $2.20. And you thought, okay, well that's not too bad. I'm gonna treat myself, and you got a small bottle of Coke for $2.20. So you put in the $2.20 again. This time you get back more change, and this time it's $2.50. Okay, and you think, okay, well, this is good. So you put in $2.50. You choose a bigger bottle of Coke. Yet again, you get back more change, and this time it's let's say it's $2.90. Now my question to you is, how long would you stand in front of this vending machine putting money into it? The answer is, well, you would probably stand there forever, for as long as you could, because you had just found a money printing press. It wouldn't make sense to have a marketing budget in this case. You would just keep on putting money into it, because every dollar you put into it was paying you back more than $1. Now, here's why this is relevant. Your website right now, it's either one or the other of these two vending machines. It's either a vending machine that gives you less money than you put into it, okay, in the form of traffic, or it's a vending machine that for every dollar that you spend on traffic, it gives you back more than $1 in revenue. Now, your most important role when you sit down at your computer every day to focus on your online business, your most important role is not to go and try and build a blog. It's not to go and watch that product launch or buy that next product, or it's not to go and do any of those things, but your most important role is to simply turn your website into the vending machine on the right and then keep on improving it. That is what you are here to do. Okay, and if you will focus on just that, you will do very well. That's what I've been focusing on for the number of the past few years, and it's been responsible for literally tens of millions of dollars in revenue, because I have focused on building a better website, a better marketing process to turn traffic into money. Okay, and that's what you need to do. So I hope you truly got that lesson. If you get that one lesson from this entire webinar, you're miles ahead of most people. So that's going to be your focus. Maximize your average Vista value and never stop improving it. Always better. Always be trying to make it better. Now the Holy Grail, what we're trying to get to here, is to make our average Vista value worth more than our average cost per click. So as long as the average Vista that we get to our website spends more than the average cost per click that we spend in our advertising, then you're doing well. Okay, you're going to have a profitable business. Now, in today's market, the only people who will survive in our industry are those who have a sales funnel that converts well enough to pay for the increasing cost of traffic. Okay, that's really what it is. Now, while we're talking about sales funnels though, and coming out with new offers and new products and building all of these, there's one thing you need to know. It's not always easy. In fact, it can be difficult. There's a guy called Ted Nicholas. He sold literally over $200 million worth of his own info products. Okay, these are products that he's created, live events, things like that. He sold over $200 million worth. And he says, only 5% of what I do works. And I love that quote, okay, because that tells you that, look, the majority of what you do in marketing, new sales funnels and everything like that, a lot of it won't work. That's why you've got to keep at it. You've got to keep on building new sales funnels, new offers. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. But keep at it, because once you find the 5% that does work, then it can be a cash cow for you. Okay, and you keep on using it. Now, a big rookie mistake that I see. Okay, so hopefully you won't make this mistake given what I've just shared with you. But a lot of people come into this industry and they think, well, I've been told that the money's in the list and that I should build my own list. So they put all of their focus on building a list, getting email addresses. And then they think, well, once I get all those email addresses, then I'll worry about monetizing those leads later on. Okay, then I'll go and try and build sales funnels and everything like that. And I mean, I spent at least 2 years thinking like this. Okay, I remember getting my first lead, and then I built that up to 10 leads, and then 100, and then to a few thousand. And my focus was on simply getting a bigger list. And I would send them emails occasionally, but having an actual sales funnel or a proper process, a sales process to take them through, that was never the priority. The priority was to always just keep on building the list, and I would worry about monetizing it later. Okay, and that's the wrong way to go about it. Okay, don't start with the traffic, start with the conversion model first. Okay, that's what you've got to do. Traffic comes second. First, focus on the conversion model. Okay, you must focus on optimizing your sales funnel. If you don't have a sales funnel, I'll explain what you can do in just a moment. Okay, so don't worry about that. But that's where your focus needs to be on. Now, speaking of sales funnels and sales processes and business models, I'm now going to show you my business model. I'm going to give you a glimpse into how we've set this up. Well, maybe glimpse isn't the best word. I'm going to show you a big portion of it, so you'll be able to see it from start to finish. The majority of it, you'll be able to see a sales process that has resulted in millions and millions of dollars in revenue. And as I'm showing you this, I want you to start asking yourself the question, how could I do the same, or how could I leverage what Matt is showing me? Okay, so let's begin. Let me show you. So, what process do I take my leads through to get them to buy? I want you to write this down. I first heard a guy called Rich Schefren quote this on one of his trainings, and he didn't originally say it. Someone else did, but it's a beautiful quote. Okay, and I've used this a lot in my business. A flawed process is better than no process at all. What that means is, in your business, it's all about building systems and processes. Okay, because until you have systems in place, then it's just you trading time for money, or trying to trade time for money. And that's not a real business. That's a job. Okay, even though it might look like a business, it's not a business, it's a job. Okay, you're still trading time for money. So we need to have a process in place. And it's better that you have a half-done process, one that has errors in it, than no process at all. So a lot of the time when I launch a new sales funnel, I will launch it and it's not even ready yet. It's got a lot of errors. But I get it out there because it's better having it out there, even if it's not yet optimized, than having nothing at all. So we do need to have a process. You need to have a process that you take traffic from through in order to turn it into revenue. Getting people to join your list and then just blasting out promotions every few days and different promotions, that's not a process. That's you making it up as you go along. Okay, that's not a real business. So let me show you my process. Here's how it begins. We go and place an ad. Okay, this is the entry of our sales funnel. This isn't my ad, this is one of our affiliates I just found. But the ad starts off like this. This is a simple Facebook pay-per-click ad. It's got a headline, it's got some benefit, and people click the ad. Okay, this is where they enter our sales funnel, and that innocent click starts out as a very innocent click, and it can result in people spending with us $80,000 or more. We've got customers who've spent over $80,000 with us, and it all started out with that one little innocent click. Click on an ad. You never know how much that click will be worth to your business once you have a good sales funnel in place. Now they click that ad, and then they go to a page that looks like one of these. Okay, these are just simple lead capture pages. You've got a big benefit, you've got an email field, and you've got a button. Now notice that we're not yet giving them anything until they give us their email address. So the first part of this process is we want to get their contact details so we can follow up. Okay, but that's the entry into the sales funnel. They put in their email address. We then take them to what I call the conversion page or the money page. This is where we will make them an offer. Okay, this is where we will say, look, here's the product I've got, here's what it will do for you, here's what it will cost. Now go ahead and send some money and I will give you the product. That's essentially what it is. But this is us making an offer. So as soon as they're on our list, we take them right to the offer. Now I used to do this whole thing where I would think to myself, well, I'm going to give them 7 days of content first. So I would have day 1, day 2, day 3 emails, and finally after 7 days, then I would make them an offer. And I don't do that anymore. Okay, the reason is there's no point. Okay, let's just take them right to the offer first. And some people might think, well, but shouldn't you start off by offering value? Okay, shouldn't you offer them value and content first before you try to sell them? And my response to that is, well, we can offer value while we are selling them. Okay, don't think that offering content and value and selling are mutually exclusive, because they're not. They can be done at the same time. So you can offer value to someone and you can also sell them at the same time. Okay, so that's what we do. Now, they click on the order page button. We take them to the order page and we say, again, here's what you're getting. Go ahead and put in your credit card details below and buy. And they do. Okay, some of them do. So then we deliver the product. Okay, so we might be selling them our $10 ebook called I Am Revolution, or it could be our 21-step marketing system called MTTB. Okay, or a number of different products. We have many. But they pay for the product, we give them access to the product. Does it end there? Absolutely not. Now it just begins. Okay, there's a whole lot going on behind that. So the next step, after they opt in, we then take them to our phone sales team. Okay, now what you are looking at is a small part of our phone sales process. A small part of it. And I'm not going to walk you through this because that's not the point. The point is just to show you that there's an actual process in place. Okay, we call them, they don't answer, we call them again, they don't answer, we'll call them again. We'll leave messages on the first call, on the third call. If we do reach them, then they go into another sequence, and there's going to be outcomes. You know, we're going to reach them, they're going to be not interested, they're going to be call me back later, they might be, yes, I am interested, I'm ready to buy, and so on. There's different stages. So that's just a part of it. Okay, so we call back our buyers, and I'll talk about that later on. But also we put them into a new email follow-up sequence, and this is for the next product. Okay, the next product that is going to help them get to wherever they're trying to get to. That front-end product will be valuable, but it's a lower value, cheaper product. It's designed, number one, to actually acquire a customer in the first place, but number two, it gives them a bit of value for what they paid, okay, because they didn't pay much at all. It might have only been $10, so it certainly gives them that much value and more. But most people, a $10 product isn't going to get them to where they truly need to go. So we have more valuable, higher priced programs. Okay, now there's literally right there just 45 days worth of emails. And note, it's already written. Here's the big point. Remember how I said to you, a flawed process is better than no process at all. This is a process. We can put a buyer into this funnel, and then we can sit back and relax and know that there's going to be an email sent to them every single day. Most people don't have this. Most people, they get a lead on their list, and then they just start sending live broadcast messages, and they are making it up as they go along. That's not a process. That can still work. I know people who make millions of dollars doing that, but this is better. Okay, this is much better. This is an actual real process. Now, step 4. So once they start going through those emails, early on in that email sequence, we start inviting them to webinars. Okay, automated webinars. Now, these are all automated webinars that I've set up. I've recorded so they play live, even though a lot of them are not live. Now, why would I do that? Well, again, if I'm doing live webinars every night of the week, is that a real business? Not really. Okay, that's a job. Okay, that's still me trading time for money. By having automated webinars, they still get value. Okay, they still get the exact same amount of value, but now it's a process that works without me being there. That's a real business. Now we have a real system. So in the second week, now they get invited to another webinar. Okay, and this is for another product called My Email Marketing Empire. Product on email marketing. Week 3, they get invited to another webinar. This one's on building sales funnels. Week 4, to another webinar. This one's about affiliate marketing. So all of these webinars are good, they're useful, they're valuable, they offer content, okay, but they're all selling as well. I have an info marketing business, okay, it's a business. So I'm in the business of selling my info products. Make sure you know what business you're in. You are in the business of marketing, of selling. Okay, yes, you are there to provide content, provide value, but at the same time, unless you're getting sales, well, you can't really be that much of value. Okay, you can't stay in business for long when you're not getting sales. So my focus is always on selling, on promoting our products, bringing in revenue for the company, and at the same time, we provide tremendous value. If you don't provide tremendous value, they're not going to come back and buy more. Okay, but sell. Okay, always be selling, always be promoting. That's what you get paid for. So now after they buy one of these products, we have upsells. Of course we have upsells. You've got to have upsells. So they buy the product and then we say, okay, well, you got this product. Would you also like this other product? And there's not just one or two there. There could be quite a few. Now it's always interesting hearing how people react to this. Some people hate upsells and they think, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. Don't people get sick of that? And my response to that is, well, no. Okay, some people, sure, but most people honestly don't mind at all. Okay, they really don't. It's like if you walk into McDonald's and they try and upsell you by saying, would you like a Coke and fries? Would you like to upgrade to large or super large or whatever size they have these days? You don't usually get angry at the person behind the counter and say, how dare you try and upsell me to a Coke? Okay, you just say, oh, no thanks. And sometimes you say, sure. Okay, well, it's exactly the same thing here. Okay, so we definitely offer additional products. Now, the phone sales team. So I showed you this a little bit earlier on. Let me go into further detail. Once we get a buyer, this is a customer that has done their first transaction with us. Now we're going to call them back and we're going to talk to them. Okay, we're going to find out, can we add value to them, to their lives, to their business in any additional ways? And if yes, we have a number of programs that will help them. Okay, now these programs range from a few dollars, a few maybe $1,000. That's usually where they start, and they go right up. The most expensive program I've ever sold was $50,000. Okay, and I sold that. I remember selling that in 2013 at a seminar, and 4 people brought that. I remember in a room of about 50 people. Okay, but that was the most expensive program I ever sold. And a lot of people hearing that, they would think, well, who would do that? Who would buy a $50,000 program? A lot of these people, like literally, they had to go and find that money. They had to tap into their super or refinance their house. I mean, that's a big investment. So people wonder, well, who would do that? Who would pay that amount of money? And my answer is, well, if you offer an extreme amount of value, you can get those prices and you can have people gladly pay those prices and thank you and actually be happy to pay those prices. Okay, so never underestimate how much people will pay. People will pay big money if the value is there. It's all about just the value proposition. Okay, now you might be wondering, well, what can I offer that's in that price range or even just a few $1,000s? I'll talk about that in just a moment. But my point is, we offer high value programs on the back end because some people, that's what they need, that's what they want, and they get a lot more value out of that. So that's the sales funnel. I just showed you a process, and that took me a long time to put together, okay, and it's quite a little bit more in depth than what I just showed you if we really dig in. But at a glance, at an overview, that's what it looks like. That's essentially what it is. Now, by having a sales funnel like this, it gives my affiliates, my partners, some huge advantages. Number one, because our average Vista value is so high, we can afford to pay a lot more than many of our competitors for the same traffic. So where some of them can only pay $1 per click, we can pay more. Okay, we can pay more than them, maybe $1.50, and that means that if we're competing for the same traffic, we're going to be able to afford to buy it and be profitable where they can't. And what that means is long term, we're going to be here longer than they are. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's why it's important. The more money that you can extract out of clicks, out of traffic, the better for you. The better for you in this industry. Our customer value is very, very high. It's extremely high. There are companies in this niche who have hundreds more, a multiple of hundreds more customers than what we have, a lot more. But we have made similar or more revenue in some cases than those other companies. Even though they have 100 times more customers, we have fewer customers, but our customers are better customers because they spend more money, and they're better customers to work with. It's better to work with customers who spend thousands of dollars than working with hundreds or thousands of customers who spend $10. Believe me, I know that from experience. You want to work with customers who they're more committed, and they show they're more committed because they invest more money in whatever you offer. Now, let's talk about making offers. So essentially in that sales funnel, we are just making offers all day long. Okay, we're offering different products, different value propositions, and that's what we're doing. And that might seem really hard. Okay, how do you make an offer? How do you put together a sales video from scratch or a sales letter? I want you to write this down. Okay, when it comes to making offers, it's really simple. Here's what I've got. That's number one. Here's what it will do for you. And here's what you need to do next. So here's what I've got. I've got this product. It's called the OPT formula, and it's all about outsourcing, leveraging other people's time. Here's what it will do for you. Well, it will show you how to go and hire people to do those parts of your business that A, you're not good at, and B, that are essential to growing your business. So, for example, you will be able to go and hire someone to build all of your websites and have them do a really good job and do it for a very reasonable price. Here's what you need to do next. You need to go to mob.com/OPT formula. Go ahead, click the add to cart button, enter in your card details, and get started. Okay, that's an offer. That's an offer that I just made for my outsourcing course, the OPT formula. See what I did there? Here's what I've got. here's what it will do for you, the benefits, and here's what you need to do next. That's your call to action. That's where you tell them to buy. So it's really simple. Okay, so whenever you're thinking, how do I put together an offer? Those 3 simple steps, that's all you need. Okay, so what does $1 million business actually look like? Now I can show you this. I can show you what a multiple tens of millions of dollars per year business looks like as well. But I'm going to start by showing you making your first 7 figures. That first year you have where you do over $1 million, here's what it could possibly look like. Okay, so, and I'm showing you this because someone showed me this. I don't know what year this would have been, but this would have been probably, I don't know, 2005 or something like that. Long before I got into this industry, I remember going to some Make Money seminar. I can't even remember what it was for, and hearing a speaker talk about this and show this. And I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, that looks so complicated. But I saw it and I thought, okay, I can see how that's possible. I can see how that breaks down. So it was very valuable to me. So I want to show it to you. So you're going to start up by having your own front end product. This is a lower priced product, and it's designed to get a customer. It's really a customer acquisition product. So it doesn't have to be expensive. It's just got to cast a wide net and bring a lot of people in and get them to do their first transaction with you. The hardest sale you will ever make is the first sale to a customer. They don't yet know you. They don't trust you necessarily. They don't know whether you're going to fulfill the promise of your product. Okay, so that's the hardest sale. Once you've made that sale, making a second and third sale, assuming that the first product was valuable and they got value from it, is actually very easy. That's why your buyers list, your list of actual buyers, that will always be at least 10 or more times more responsive than your leads list. Okay, the list of people who haven't yet done a transaction with you. So, let's say that we have a $47 front end product and we go and get 60 customers. We make from that almost $3,000. Not exactly life-changing income. But let's say right behind that $47 product, we have an upsell. Okay, we have an upsell for a $300 product. And let's say that 1 out of 4 of those initial customers take the upsell, which would be a very nice number. Okay, if we had 25% doing that, we would be doing very well. But suddenly, that has doubled our income. That's an additional $4,500. Now let's add in some continuity. This is where they can pay month after month after month. So that's usually going to be a subscription to, it could be a newsletter, it could be to audio interview of the month, could be a number of things. In my own company, we have different continuity programs. We have some that are $99. We have some that are $299 per month. Okay, so let's say that we have 30 customers. Half of those initial customers joining the continuity. Now, that's a very high number. And honestly, the only way that you would get half of those initial customers to do that is likely if you gave them a free trial or like a $1 trial. So let's say they take a free trial where we deliver the continuity program, the subscription program for free for the first month, and they really love it. And we have half of them stick and keep paying it month after month. So suddenly now we're making an additional $2,910 per month in our business. And then we have our back-end offers. These are programs that are higher priced. Let's say they're $2,000 or $2,400. And let's say that 11 customers take one of them and 11 customers take the other. Some customers are going to take both. Okay, we can cross-sell them from one to the other. Now, if we add all of that up, and we also add in a high-ticket coaching program, let's say it's $6,000, and we only have 4 customers take that, only 4. But that's not a big ask. 4 customers from those initial 60 to take a $6,000 program, that's less than 10%. That's very, very doable. Okay, that wouldn't actually be that hard at all if you have someone on the phone who knows what they're doing. So if we add all of that up, now we're making over $87,000 per month. Now to get to $1 million, what was our number again? it was $84,000 per month. So this allows you to do comfortably over $1 million per year if you have a business doing this. Now, building this all out, it takes time. Okay, it takes quite a bit of time. It's worth it though, because think about it. If you can build a business that does those kind of numbers month in and month out, and a big portion of it is automated because you've set up systems, would it be worth it? Would it be worth spending 2 or 3 years of your life to build this? Okay, if it truly could make this amount of money? Hopefully your answer is yes. I mean, people spend 5 years studying medicine, 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, to be a doctor, and they don't make anywhere near this amount of money. So is it worth you spending a few years of your life really getting good at this to do this? Absolutely. And it always amazes me because a lot of people who get into this industry, if they don't get results in their first few months or their first 6 months, they give up. And I just think, well, people go to school for years and years, for decades, to be able to earn 6 figures. And here we are here, this is almost 6 figures a month. So it's worth spending some time. Now, if you want to get a shortcut and you don't want to spend all of that time, the MOB License Rates Program, essentially, it gives a person all of this. Okay, this is pretty much what it does. I wouldn't call it a business in a box because I'm not really meant to use that terminology, but it really is. It's pretty much all of this, and you're getting a portion of it all on each sale, a pretty high portion. Okay, so I'll tell you more about that later on, but that's what it is. What about your own high ticket offer? Why is it so crucial? Why is it so essential? When I say high ticket, I'm talking about those back-end programs from $2,000 and upwards. And my question to you is, if I say to you, look, I want you to go and make $100,000, and I give you 2 choices. I say, look, you can sell a bunch of $10 ebooks, for which you would need to go and find 10,000 unique customers, or I'll give you a $20,000 very valuable program to sell, and you need to just go and find 5 customers. What do you think would be harder? Finding 5 or 10,000 customers? Now, yes, one by one, okay, if we're looking at them on an individual level, it's going to be harder to get a $20,000 sale than a $10 sale. But will it be proportionately harder? The answer is absolutely not. Getting a $20,000 sale when you know how to make $20,000 sales, it's not hard. Okay, we have those come in pretty much daily. People spending that amount of money on programs that we have, individual people. Okay, so it's easier to get to the big numbers in your business by focusing on high value, high transactions with really good customers. Okay, customers who have the money or can find the money and are that committed that they will make that decision. So you might be wondering, well, that's great for you, Matt, but what if I don't have a $2,000 program, or what if I don't have a program that I can sell for $20,000? I want to give you some ideas because I want to get you thinking in that direction. Here's what you could do. Okay. Number 1, you could offer a coaching program. Now, don't tell me that you don't have value that you can offer that's worth thousands of dollars. If you say you don't, you're just not thinking hard enough. Okay, you're not being creative enough. There's certainly things that you can do for people that are worth thousands of dollars in a coaching program. So whatever niche you are in, let's say you're in the, let's pretend you're in the internet marketing niche, and you've been at this for a few months. You might not yet have results, but chances are you've tried a lot of things, you've learned a lot of things, and you can bring a lot of clarity to someone who just got started yesterday, and that is worth money. Do not think that you have to have incredible results in order to charge, higher numbers. You really don't, because people aren't paying for how much money you've made. Okay, yes, that can enter into it, that can help with your credibility. But really, it's not about you. It's not about you, how much money you've made. It's really about them. Let me tell you a quick story. I want you to listen to this story because it really demonstrates something powerful. So it's 2008. I'm thinking about getting into this industry, and I've got two different programs that I want to join. Both are around the same kind of price point. Okay, they start off at 2,000 and they go right up to it was about 28,000 US dollars. Okay, for both programs, two different companies. Now, the first company I look at, I become a lead for someone who was brand new, and I didn't know they were brand new at the time. I thought they were experienced. But I become their lead. They call me back, and I sit on the fence for a little while. I'm very new at this. I've never come across it before. And then they three-way call me. They do a three-way call, and I didn't even know what three-way calls were back then. I didn't know that it was a sales technique. But they do a three-way call with their sponsor, okay, their upline. This is before I even knew what uplines were. And their sponsor is someone in that same company who is doing over $50,000 per month. And she says that she is going to be there to work with me, okay? And the way that she's kind of talking is, I'm always lucky to be able to work with her, okay? And she's really using the posturing and and how much of a big deal she is, okay? And I'm a little bit awestruck, to be honest. I'm a little bit awestruck because I think, wow, this lady's, wow, $50,000 a month. But honestly, I didn't really feel like she cared that much. I kind of got the feeling that, yeah, she's all business. She's here just to make a sale, and if I buy this, that's probably what I'm going to be. I'm just going to be another sale. So anyway, I'm on the fence for a little while after this call. I'm wanting to do it. But then I come across this other lady, okay? I come across her website, and in hindsight, it was a very amateur website, but it didn't matter, okay? This other lady, I become a lead for her, okay? I put in my name, email, phone number. She's got some other product. She calls me back, and I tell her that, oh, well, if only you'd called me a week before, because I've actually decided to go with this first program. And she just keeps talking to me. Okay, and we keep on talking. And I get to know this lady, and I get to know that she's on a farm. Okay, she has horses. I'm from a farm myself, not a horse farm or anything, but I grew up on a farm, so we can kind of relate there. She lives on the other side of Australia, and we're just talking, and I feel comfortable with this lady. I feel like, she's actually talking to me, and she's not looking at me as just a sale. And I feel like that if I were to go with her and partner with her in this business, okay, and buy into whatever she was selling, that I could at least pick up the phone when I needed to, and I would be able to reach her, and she would be okay with that and with helping me. I felt comfortable with her. So I chose this second lady over the first lady who was doing $50,000 per month. Now later on, several weeks later, I found out that the second lady that I went with had never made a sale in her life. I was her first and I was her only sale. She quit the business. Okay, she shortly after that quit the business. I didn't really hear from her much after that. And who knows what she's doing these days. And I seriously doubt she knows what happened to me and the business that I would go on to build years later. I doubt she even knows about that. Now, the reason why I tell you that is I chose someone who had never made a sale in their life. I chose them to send my $2,000 to over someone who was making over $50,000 per month. Why? Because I felt more comfortable with them, and I felt like they would help me more. Okay, I felt a better connection, and I felt more comfortable with them. So the reason why I tell you that story is, do not think that you have to have this ridiculous income level in order to get results. It's not really what it's about. It's not about you. It's about your customer and the value that they perceive, that they feel they're going to get. That's what it's about. It all starts with them. So don't put the focus on you. So anyway, you could do a coaching program. There are top tier business opportunities out there. So Mobe, my company, is a top tier direct sales program. So if you don't have a high ticket program, as a lot of people don't, some people choose to leverage Mobe. And then that way, they're able to sell high-ticket programs that can pay them up to $9,000 per sale, and they don't have to do any of the fulfillment, which they love because the fulfillment is a lot of work. You can do done-for-you services. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't know how to build websites, do any of that stuff. And the truth is, you don't need to. Okay, you could go to a site like Fiverr.com, you could go to Odesk.com, Elance.com. You could find the people to do that for your clients, and you just focus on the selling side. But I hope that at least gives you some ideas. Okay. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the most important asset to work on building. Do you know what that is? Have a guess. Say it out loud right now. What do you think the most important asset in this business is? Have you got the answer? It's your list. Okay, it's your list. Since starting out in early 2009, I started marketing. Today, we have over 600,000 subscribers. Not all of them active, but over 600,000 email addresses. It all started out with one. Okay, and I still remember getting that very first lead. Now, on average, these subscribers spend $2 and upwards with us per month, and that's pretty much every month. That is actually like clockwork. Those numbers, I first heard someone say $2 to $3 per month for an email subscriber. We actually have more than that, certainly more than $3 per month for each of our subscribers, and that is month in and month out. That's actually very reliable. So every lead that you get on your list, once you get past that first critical mass, I should call it, on average they will work out to be around $2 to $3 per month per subscriber. So yes, keep on building the list, but again, make sure you have a good sales funnel to send them to. Now, it's not just about the size of your list. The size of the list is pretty much irrelevant. Well, it's not irrelevant, but it's not the number one most important factor. The most important factor is your relationship with your list. Okay, and when I say relationship, obviously you're not going to know every person on your list if you've got over 100,000 of them. But it's what they perceive the relationship to be with you. Okay, so if they feel like they know you, they trust you, they like the value that you bring, that's a good relationship. I'll give you an example. We had a guy called Jonathan Budd, okay, and he was in our MOB license rates program. He still is a MOB license rates member. He decided to promote some of our products at one point, and he sent a total of 3,686 clicks from his list. Now, he had a fairly decent sized list, okay, and more importantly, he had a really great relationship. Now, his commissions, I remember taking a screenshot of this. This was a little while back. Almost $80,000 in commissions. Every click he sent us resulted in over $20 per click. Now, that is an insanely high number. It truly is. And the only reason I show you this is because I want to make the point that it's about the relationship. See, Jonathan is, at least at the time when he was promoting this, he used to be very active with his email list. He was sending them emails and videos and providing a lot of content and value and really just nurturing his list. And so when he did decide to promote a product or a sales funnel like MOB, he did very well from it. Okay, that's what you need to focus on as well. Okay, focus on nurturing and building that relationship with your list. Now, at the start of this, I talked about showing you a particular source of income that is responsible for well over half of all of our income. Now, could you guess what it was? Well, it's actually right here in front of you. It's phone follow-up. Adding in phone follow-up into our sales process literally more than doubled our monthly revenue. It did wonders for our business. It produced a huge surge of income. And why do you think that is? Well, people like to have that one-on-one interaction with someone and get a customized solution. No one wants to buy a generic solution because all of us, including your customers, we feel like our problems are unique. So when someone can call back your customer and customize your solution to fit their exact needs and desires, now they are much more likely to buy. Okay, they will spend a lot more because they feel more comfortable doing a higher value transaction with someone on the phone than they do by just reading a sales letter online. Okay, so having phone sales follow up in your process is really important. Now, those people in the MOB license rights program. Okay, MOB license rights program is essentially it's when someone wants to license the business model that we've built here at MOB. And what that means is they don't have to do all the work, they don't have to put together all the products, the process, everything that I showed you before. They get to promote it and they get to earn a huge percentage of the revenue that we bring in from their customers. Most of the money that they make is from our phone follow-up, well over half. Okay, so I showed you this before, but this is just a glimpse of the phone sales process that we put people through. It's actually quite a bit more complicated than this. But we built this out because, again, adding in phone sales to your funnel, it really will just do wonders for your bottom line. Okay, so how are you enjoying everything so far? Okay, I hope that you've got a lot of value so far. And I hope that at this point in the webinar, you are understanding the importance of having a high converting sales funnel in place if you want to make good money online. So where to from here? What are your options if you want to actually go and do this? Build a high converting sales funnel, which you need to start finally getting results. Well, I want to show you what your options are. Number one, you've got affiliate marketing. Now, I'm going to assume that you know what affiliate marketing is. Okay, it's essentially you finding someone else who's got a product, they've got a website, and you decide to promote their product, and at most they will usually pay you a 50% commission on what you sell. So you might go to a site like clickbank.com and you will find lots of different products that you can promote as an affiliate, and you'll get maybe 30%, 40%, sometimes 50% commissions. Now, the downside of that is, let me explain. Let's say that you go and spend $200 on traffic, and remember, all traffic has a cost, so you will be paying for traffic whether you like it or not. Okay, but you go and spend $200 of time or $200 on paid traffic sources, and let's say that you got one sale, and that sale was worth $300 to you. How much profit have you made? Now, when I ask people this at my seminars, most of them say, well, you would have made $100, right? Because you sold a $300 product and you spent $200. You've got $100 left over. And the answer is, no, that's actually wrong. You spent $200, but as an affiliate, you only get to keep half of the sales price. So that $300 sale is maybe $150 in your pocket. You spent $200, you got back $150, so you are actually $50 out of pocket. What you have here is a broken vending machine. This is a vending machine that eats your money. It doesn't give you back more money, it eats your money. You lose money on it. So affiliate marketing, the pros and the cons. The pro is everything is set up and you just need to drive traffic. That is the big advantage of affiliate marketing. The big con is that the margins are small. And as you saw before, remember when I showed you that graph, the cost of traffic is only going in one direction. So over time, affiliate marketing is becoming less and less and less profitable. So it's not really a good long-term viable option. Now, option number 2 is create your own products and create your own sales funnel. Now, you can do that. Everything that I showed you before, you could go and create. It is a lot of work. Okay, it can take a long time. In my case, it took years to put together, and I still improve it. I still work on it. So, in order to go and do all of this on your own, you've got to be able to write persuasive sales copy or find someone who can, create your info product, create the sales funnel. So that's lead capture page, sales page, order pages, upsells, everything like that. You've got to do the tech. Ideally, you need a merchant account. Then you have customer support. You've got to deal with refunds, chargebacks, setting up automated webinars, and the list goes on and on. Okay, and I'm just giving you the reality of what actually goes into putting this together. What ends up happening to most people who go and try and do this, most people think it's easy, and they soon find out that no, it's not easy. Okay, there's a lot to learn if you want to do your own products and sales funnels, and most really just get overloaded and become paralyzed by it. So The pro, okay, the big pro of having your own product and your own sales funnels is that the margins are extremely good. You get to keep pretty much all the money. Okay, if you bring in a sale and it's your product, your sales funnel, you're keeping pretty much all of that money. So that's a big advantage. The big con though is that it's going to take you, at least if you want to do it properly, many months, possibly many years to put it together, and it's hard work. So where does this leave you from here? Okay, where does this leave you? I've given you two options there. You could do affiliate marketing, but you have small margins, or you could go and build your own sales funnels and products, have big margins, but it takes a lot of time. I want to show you a third option that I believe you might be interested in because it's got the best of both worlds, and it's called licensing. Now, most people have heard of licensing, but not that many in our space have actually done it. And licensing to me is really the big secret. Okay, it really is. So licensing, you probably know what it is, but the technical definition to authorize the use, performance, or release of something. So in other words, let's say someone's got a product, you can go to them and you can say, hey, look, I want to license your product. I'm going to pay you a fee. Okay, I'm going to pay you some upfront fee or a royalty, but then I want to be able to sell the product myself and keep the majority of the money. So do you see when I say it's got the best of both worlds? It's because it's already done for you. Okay, the product and sales process is done for you, and you get the high margins. The best of both worlds. Okay, high margins without all the work creating the products and really more importantly, the sales funnels. So the first license program I put together was when I had created all of my products and my sales processes and I was making sales, I decided I might be open to licensing those same products and those same sales funnels to other people. And I was very hesitant to do this in the early days. I worried that I would be creating competition for myself. I thought, look, I put all this time into creating these products. Does it make sense to allow other people to promote them and keep up to 90% commissions? And that's even with me doing all the customer support and all of that work as well. Okay, they just got paid 90% commissions on their sales, and I would still do all the tech and the customer support. So I released it very hesitantly. Okay, and this would have been in 2011, sometime around mid 2011. One of the first guys who ever licensed this program, the Mob License Rights program, was this guy here, Brian Price, who to this day still works with me. He's actually on our corporate team now. Brian Price, he said, in 11 days, I've actually made $1,057 in commissions. I'm really excited. I had no idea this could be done. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it? Over $1,000. But you've got to consider, this guy had never done internet marketing before. He'd been at it for maybe a couple of months. He'd never had success with any other program before. He was a former engineer. He came on board and he actually made money with it. So that was very encouraging. So shortly after that, I started opening this up to other people. And this guy here, Chris actually had, he said, $2,400 I made over the course of 4 hours this afternoon. And that's on top of all the other sales I made. 7 sales just for the continuity program. So if you watch the video of this, which you might have seen before, he records it at about 4 a.m. And he hadn't slept for a long time. He was extremely excited. It's a great video. But Chris, he was doing very well with it. He had $2,400 in a short time period. So when I saw that, I started getting excited. I thought, hey, this is actually working. People making good money with it. Andrea Goodset came on board. Okay, she was one of the first as well. $15,000 in a 45-day period. Now this is actually her saying this quite some time ago, and she said at the end, she said, I'm on track to make more than $100,000 with it. She's actually well and truly cleared that target today. Okay, well and truly, she's gone over it. But she did that with the Mob License Rights program. And it was win-win. She was making sales, and I was getting a small percentage of it too, okay, as the guy who put it all together. But it was win-win for both of us. So I started opening up the Mob License Rights program to more people. I had this guy come on board, and he was from the Philippines. Okay, of all places. I mean, we truly had people from all over the world doing well. Now, this was December 2012. He actually promoted a contest. Okay, I had a contest to see who could get the most sales. $67,000 in 3 weeks from a guy from the Philippines. So I could show you quite a few more of these, but I think you get the point. Okay, and the main thing I want you to see is that these weren't just internet marketing gurus getting these results with the Mob License Rats program. These were ordinary people. Okay, they were ordinary people doing really, really well, making money for the first time in their life when they had never done this before. Now, let me show you a few more recent results. Let me show you some of our top results just so you can see the potential. This guy, John Chow, well-known blogger. Okay, he's got a blog and he does very well. He's been in the industry for quite some time. He's made over $1.1 million in commissions with Mob. Okay, he is a Mob License Rates member. He's made over $1 million. That has taken him, this would be under 2 years. He actually got started late 2012. Okay, but he's done very, very well with it. Over $1 million. Jakir is well on his way to $1 million. He's done it very fast as well. He got started, this would have been about 8 months ago. Okay, he's done over $650,000. You can see he looks very happy. Terry Lamb over $250,000 in the past couple of years as well. He's a Mob License Rates member. Ken Faminoff, who I showed you before, he's now at over $66,000. Fabio, 40 grand in his first 2 months. Now, Evelyn van der Haast, single mum from Australia, 2 kids, over $32,000, having never made money online before. She's definitely not a guru. I mean, I don't know any other program that she's made commissions with besides the Mob License Rates program, so she's pretty happy about that. Mike Moran from the States, over 100,000. Ernest Lim is originally from Singapore, I believe, over $50,000. Rob Paris, this guy's interesting. He's like a heavy metal rocker, and he's from Sweden, I believe, over $100,000. Junjun Lee from New York, originally from China. That check's a little bit outdated, but since then he's made over $147,000. Anyway, you get the point. We released the Mob License Rates program, and for the first time, people were actually making money with it. So it's really, really exciting, not just for them, but for me. Seeing these people actually get sales for the first time. Okay, so that's what the Mob License Rates program does. Now, I showed you this at the start of the webinar. This showed our rapid growth in those first 2 years of introducing the Mob License Rates program. Okay, so you can see things really took off. And the original goal, when we first released this, we set ourselves a goal of doing our first $20 million in sales. Well, we crossed that. Okay, we crossed that target. We did over $20 million in revenue. The Mob License Rates partners got a good portion of that. Okay, they went and promoted. They didn't have to build the products, the sales funnels. They got to keep the majority of the money on their own sales. So they got the best of both worlds. They didn't have to do all the work creating products and sales funnels, but they got to keep most of the money. They got high margins. So we did that. We did our first 20 million. So what's the next target? Well, the next target is 50 million. Okay, that's what we're aiming for next, to do $50 million. Now, how are we going to turn Mob into a $50 million per year company by the end of the year? That's our target. And my answer to that is, what I came up with was, we're going to make our Mob License Rates partners at least half of that. We are going to do that through attracting the right partners. We are going to use leverage. So the right people, the right partners who come on board and decide to get involved in the Mob License Rates program, they will be able to share in the growth of Mob, in the growth of making $50 million by making a good amount of that money from their own sales. That's how we're going to do that. Now, the big lesson that I've learned from this, from all of our growth, is that you don't get to $50 million a year by yourself. You've got to build a team, you've got to have partners, and you've got to help them by offering a share in the rewards. Look at any of the big companies like Apple, Google, Amazon. All of those companies, when they started out, the founders brought in other key people to be on their team and gave them a percentage, rewarded them in equity. Okay, so you had a lot of people working together who are motivated to see the business grow to huge, very high heights and see it do very well. Well, we are doing something quite similar. We are bringing people on board as a MOB license rates partner. They get involved in the business and they are able to make very good money from their own customer sales. And we are always looking for new talent, new people who want to join the MOB license rates program. So when you do join that program, when you do become a MOB license rates member, these are the products and the sales funnels that you're now able to license as your own. The first one is called My Email Marketing Empire. Now, as a license rates partner, you'll be able to go and sell this yourself and keep 90% of the money. You don't have to do any of the fulfillment. You don't have to send anyone login details or do any customer support or anything like that. You just simply do the sale. Okay, you find a customer, they click your link, they buy, and you keep 90% of the money without any of the fulfillment work. Now that's a product on how to monetize a list of email subscribers. Now the second thing you get as a MOB license rates member, you get access to this product as well, how to build a funded proposal. It's basically a course, okay? It's like an 8-hour video training course on how to put together a sales funnel. Again, you get to sell this for $194 and you keep 90% of all the money. Affiliate bonus domination. When I get started in this industry, when things started turning around for me, I would often promote affiliate launches. Okay, so if you've ever seen these big launches, then you likely know that you can promote them as an affiliate. And I started doing this, and I devised what I call the affiliate bonus domination method, where I would offer a really valuable bonus to people who bought through my affiliate link, where I would get the commission. And I would offer that bonus to entice them to buy through me over any other affiliate. And I use this to literally bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars for some affiliate marketing contest. One of them I came second. The first prize was an Audi R8 sports car worth over $100,000. I came second. I got a $4,000 watch. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I've used this method to do very well and make a lot of money as an affiliate. Now you can do the same thing. So you will get access to this course, but more importantly, as a MOB license rates member, you will be able to sell this and keep 90% of the money. You'll be able to sell all of these courses as if they are your own without you having to do any of the work creating them or the sales funnels around them. Now this one's called the OPT formula. This is a course on outsourcing, leveraging other people's time. I built a business that has done tens of millions of dollars in revenue, and obviously I haven't done that by myself. I've had to build a team of staff. Currently today we have over 45 people on staff. Virtually all of them are virtual. They are from all over the world and they work from home. Now if you're interested to know how do you do that, okay, how do you actually outsource a large part of your business, well, this course will show you. Again, like the other ones, it's a video course, really high quality content. So not only will you get access to this as a MOB license rates member, you will be able to sell this course to other people, okay, to small business owners who want to learn how to outsource, and you keep 90% of the money. You will also be able to sell this course called Online Income Revolution. This is a 3-day event that I did when I actually talked about how I took my business to $121,000 a month in the beginning. Okay, I did a 3-day event in San Diego with a guy called Dagan Smith, and we recorded it. You will be able to sell this product for $997, and you keep half of that. Okay, so this is one of your back-end products that you can sell as a MOB license rates member. Now this other one that you will be able to sell is called Add the Nitrous. This is a 3-day program as well. And what we did is we did this event in San Diego, and we found 12 online millionaires, and we said to them, look, if we took away everything you have, all of your contacts, all of your products, your list, everything, and all you had was the knowledge in your head, exactly what would you do to get it all back and make $1 million again? And they spilled the beans. They talked about exactly what they would do to go and do this. Now, you'll be able to sell this product for $997. And you'll, again, be able to keep half of that. That's without you having to go and do the event. Now, this program is one of the most valuable ones we offer. This is called 10,000 Leads in 100 Days. This is a video marketing, this is a video course. There's 100 days all up, so 100 videos, and every day I show exactly where I personally go and get traffic. But I don't just show you where I go and get traffic. I show you how much I'm spending. I show you how to set up the ad, okay? I show you my results. So I show you, I actually come back, a week later, and I show you, here's how many clicks I had, here's how many leads, here's how many sales. Most of the places that you advertise online aren't going to be profitable. That's just advertising. What this program will give you, okay, and this is what you'll be able to say to your people when you're marketing it, this program will give your customers the shortcut to the traffic sources that actually result in sales. So when you get a sale of this program, you'll make $1,000 commission. So here's how this will all work. So you become a Mobe license rights member. You get the license rights to all of the above products so you can sell them. Again, you can get the big commissions. You'll get access to most of them as well, the ones that I said you would. And then you'll be able to promote our front-end products for 90% commissions. Now, our front-end products, they consist of the ones that are under $500. You'll be able to promote the vast majority of them, and there's many more that I didn't mention just now, and you'll be able to get 90% commissions. The rest of the work, like the email follow-up, automated webinars, customer support, all the merchant accounts, the phone sales team, which is enormous, all of that will be done for you by my side. And all you will need to go and do is get some leads. And we will help you with that as well. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. So, who is this for? Who should become a Mobe License Rights member tonight? Well, this is for you if you've been spending the last few months or possibly years struggling online because you've never had your own high converting sales funnel. This is for you if you're willing to put in a minimum of 30 minutes a day sending traffic to your licensed links. This is for you if you don't yet have any of your own products or coaching programs. And this is also for you if you're not yet at the stage where you're ready to go and set up your own merchant accounts, phone sales teams, customer support desk, and you would rather just have Mobe handle all of that for you. Let me make a point. There's a famous slide by a guy called Rich Schefren, and you're looking at it right now. Okay, so Rich Schefren put this together, and it does a beautiful job of just illustrating what's involved in running a real online business. There's you in the middle, and these are all the different little departments in building a real online business. And not a fancy online business, but an actual real online business. So you've got traffic, you've got systems, content, always making new content. You've got your finance department, tech, you've got your list. That can be divided up into segmenting, looking at deliverability, all of this stuff. When you build a real business, these are all the things that you have to worry about or that you have to be concerned about. Okay, and there's a lot. And most people, when they go and try and build their own online business, they are trying to do all of it, and there's you in the middle. So it's just ridiculous, you trying to do everything, and yet this is what most people in our niche do. Now, the Mobe license rights, effectively, what it's giving you is almost all of this being handled by my side, while you can focus on just one area, and that's traffic. Do you see this part here in the middle, okay, where it's got you, and then to the bottom right, it's got an arrow to the traffic. What would you rather do? Would you try and rather do all of this, creating your own sales funnels, your own products, or would you rather just let my side do that, Mobe, and then you just focus on traffic? Okay, it's a much easier way to build a business, especially when you're new. So that's essentially what the Mobe License Rights Program gives you. Now, it's not for everyone. It's not for you if you expect this to suddenly start making you $1 million by next week with absolutely no work or very little work. It involves work, guys, because you have to focus on getting traffic. Now, we show you how to do that, but again, it takes real effort. And I don't want there to be any illusions that this is some magical push-button software where we're going to do everything for you. We do the vast majority of it, but you still need to get traffic. Now, if you have all of your own sales funnels set up, you've got your own phone sales teams, your own high-end coaching programs, we have people who already have that set up and they use this as an additional income stream. Okay, so even if you have all of that set up, you could still leverage this. But if you already have all of this, then you might not yet need this. Okay, you might not really, if you've already got it, then you might be fine. But if you don't have it, then it's definitely for you. Okay, so you will now be able to market all of these products as if they were your own with the Mob License Rates program. So if we go through everything that you're getting when you become a Mob License Rates member, let's look at a few of them. First of all, you're going to get Mob's lead capture pages and our entire email follow-up sequences. Now, these have literally taken years to put together and perfect and get to the point where they convert at the level that they do. We could very easily put a value on that of over $2,000. Now, on top of that, you get the Mob's complete upsell funnel. We have a very effective upsell process in place. It works very well, and that's how you get the big commissions. So most people who get involved with the Mob License Rates program, sure, making those commissions of a few $100s and getting 90% commissions, that's good, that's wonderful, but they're more interested in getting the $1,000 commissions or the $1,200 commissions because those add up very quickly. Okay, so our upsell process will take care of all of that for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. You're not calling back leads or doing any of that. As a Mob License Rates member, we do that for you. You get access to the 4 core programs, and they are My Email Marketing Empire, How to Build a Funded Proposal, Affiliate Bonus Domination, and our outsourcing course, the OPT Formula. Now, getting access to those programs is one thing, but being able to sell them for the rest of your life for 90% commissions. So you virtually keep all the money. You don't have to do any of the customer support, the product fulfillment, any of that stuff. You don't have to do any of the course updates or any of that. That's all included. That alone, that's worth a lot. And then last of all, you get the phone sales team, which currently is about 15 people around the world, and we are building that up very quickly. We will soon have a lot more reps around the world. These are people who their primary job is to call back your leads and make sales. And every time they call back one of your leads, if it's your lead, you will always get the commission. And as a Mob License Rates member, you will get up to $1,200 every single time they make a sale for you. The best part about that is you won't even know what's going on. Okay, you will go and get a sale first. It might be a sale of a $10 ebook or a $49 marketing system. And then our phone sales team will automatically call back your lead without you even knowing about it. And they will start talking to them, finding out what they need and seeing if we can offer value to them in additional ways. They won't do it with high pressure. They won't manipulate anyone. It's all done very ethically because I handpick those people and I make sure that they're always representing our products, our company very well. Okay, it's very important to me. But when they get you a sale, you will just suddenly see a $1,000 commission or even a $1,200 commission in your back office automatically. And that's the best sale to get. Getting a sale when you don't know what's coming, those are always the best ones. Now, if we were to add all of this up, no exaggeration, but if we added all of this up, considering what you get and the fact that this took literally years of my life to put together, considering that it does the vast majority of the work for you, we could very realistically say that this is worth over $30,000. Do you know that people go out there and they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for franchises that don't work even half as effectively as this? We've got people in this program, in the Mob License Rates program, who have made a lot more than people who've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in franchises. So if we did sell this as a $30,000 program, which we could, there would be people out there who would be willing to pay that sort of money. But what is my goal with all of this? I told you that the big goal is to get our company to a $50 million per year company. How are we going to do that? Leveraging the right partners. So if we did put a price tag on this of over $30,000, yes, we would get good partners. We would get extremely good partners because they would value what they're getting. They would take it very seriously. But at the same time, a lot of people don't have $30,000 laying around. and we would be limiting ourselves to how many partners we could get. So we're not going to do that, okay? And that's fairly obvious. You probably already knew that. If we wanted to, could we charge $10,000 for this? Absolutely. Yes, there would be people willing to pay that. But again, we would be pricing a lot of people out of the market. So instead, here's what we're going to do. You're going to be able to license all of these products, sell them as your own, have us do all the product fulfillment, all the sales funnels, all of that, so you can focus on one thing, and that's simply getting leads for just $19.97. And that's it. $19.97, when you think about that, it's almost ridiculous. You do $19.97 today, right now. Okay, and effectively what you're getting here is an entire business. It's like you're getting a business, really. You're getting all the products that you didn't have to create. You're getting all the sales processes, the phone sales team, all of that taken care of for you, so you can just focus on generating traffic. Now, we put it at that price because it's high enough that we're going to get serious people. We're not going to get any time wasters in this program. So we don't want time wasters. We want people who will treat this like a real business and who are going to put in some effort. Okay, so it's at a good enough price where we will get the serious people, but it's not too high that we are pricing people out. Anyone who is truly serious about doing this, about building a business online, will have no problem going and finding $19.97. So that's the Mob License Rights program. That's essentially what the program is. So you can go ahead and get started right now by clicking that link that should have appeared already below this webinar. Go ahead, click that link, get started today. And as you click that link, that's going to open in a new window. So you'll be able to hear me keep on talking now. Go ahead, click that now, and that will show you exactly what you're getting in writing. That will just sum up the entire offer. So you'll be able to read that. Fill out your name, email, your details, and then simply click the button below that. Okay, and you'll be able to get started right now. Now, there's a few other perks that I want to tell you about as well. Okay, a few other little perks besides the big commissions that I'm also going to use to motivate you to do well. See, here's the thing. I don't want you to become a partner and then do nothing. Okay, that doesn't do anything for the either of us. I want you to become a partner and then go out there and get a whole bunch of sales. That's win-win for both of us. Then you're going to be making sales, and I'm going to be building Mob. We're going to be building Mob together. That's good for the both of us. So I'm going to motivate you. Here's how I'm going to do that. Number one, any affiliate that you bring on board. Okay, so anyone who comes in through your links, who then decides to partner with Mob and promote Mob, you will get 5% of their gross sales pretty much for the rest of their life. Now 5%, let's talk about that number. Does that sound like a lot to you? Maybe it doesn't, but I will tell you that 5% can add up to a lot. We have people in Mob like, for example, Terry Lamb. I showed you Terry before. He's done over $250,000 in commissions. In actual sales, he would have done well over maybe $600,000 worth of sales. Well, probably not, probably around that amount. Okay, now he put over $250,000 of that in his pocket. Now, of that higher number of $600,000, his affiliate sponsor, okay, the guy who introduced him, collects 5% of that. Well, what's 5% of $600,000? It's about 30 grand. And guess who made that money? John Chow, the guy who made over $1 million, has made passively, completely, residually, without lifting a finger, over 30 grand from the production of one of his sub-affiliates, and that's one. He's got literally, by now, he must have hundreds, thousands of them. So you can imagine how that can add up. So you will be able to do the exact same thing with all of your people. That's why if you bring in some good producers, it's really going to help you build up your income with the Mob License Rights program. Now the next thing I want to show you, and this is definitely a favorite among a lot of people, if you start making sales and you are consistent, I will actually pay for you to lease a brand new Mercedes-Benz, and I will pay for it. I will pay for it every month, and you'll just get to drive it as if it's your own. You get to park it in your garage, take your family out for drives. You will be able to drive a brand new Mob Merc and not have to worry about paying for it. Now, You don't even need that many sales to qualify for this program. I purposely set the bar very low, so as long as you consistently get some sales, you'll be able to qualify for it. Now, you might be wondering, well, do people actually get this? How many people have got it? Well, quite a few have. Here's just a few photos. This is Mike Lee in the UK there on the big photo. That Merc, he doesn't pay for that. Mobe does. There's Junjun Lee, the guy in the purple shirt from New York. His Merc is paid for. David Jilks in the blue Merc, bottom right. He's from Perth, Australia, where I'm originally from. Paid for. Shelley from Australia in the top right. Her Merc's paid for. John Chow, he's got a very nice Merc. That one's, if you were to buy one of those, it's about $130,000 for that Merc. He doesn't pay for that. He drives that. He makes a lot of videos in it, marketing videos, but he doesn't pay for it. And that's the beautiful thing about this. When you get your Merc, make sure you get lots of photos and videos of you in it, showing it off, because then if you want to promote Mobe products, you can say, hey, look, here's how to get a brand new free Mercedes with Mobe. Okay, so a lot of people have got Mercedes-Benzes. Now on top of that, I am a big believer in contests, okay, in people competing. Competition is a great thing. So we have a contest, not just one, but several, every single month, where our Mobe license rights members can all compete and try and win the prizes. Now we have contests for the top earners, okay, so those who've been with us for a long time, but we also have contests where it's only for those people who are brand new. So you're not just competing against the gurus, you're competing against people who you actually have a chance of doing well with. And what do you win? Well, big prizes. I like to give away a lot of gold, silver, cash. See in the bottom right there, that's John Chow, and I think that's about $15,000 or $20,000 US that he won from promoting an event. Sonia Gomez there on the left, $8,000 in platinum coins. Like I said, gold, silver. I give away holidays, trips, Hawaii, laptops, all of this stuff you will be able to win when you become a Mobe license rights partner and you start promoting. Check this out. That's $50,000 in cash. I went down to the bank, I took out $50,000 in cash, and I gave that away 1 month as a contest prize. Okay, so I give away big cash prizes. And when you get involved tonight, you become a Mobe license rights member by clicking that link below right now, filling out your details. You will be able to go in these contests and you will have a shot at winning, provided you take action. Okay, so I love to give our partners recognition at our live events as well. So when you come to our live events, we have this ceremony where we give out big checks. And it doesn't matter to me whether you made $10,000 or over $1 million. I like to recognize you anyway. So I'll bring you up on stage, I'll give you a big check, shake your hand, we'll get lots of photos, and you'll be able to use that in your marketing as well. Okay, so people really love that. Now, I've got a few bonuses here for those of you who take action tonight. I'm a big believer in offering bonuses to action takers because that's who we want on board. We want action takers. So the first bonus is you will have direct access to myself. So if you ever need to ask me a question, there's a private Facebook group just for Mobe license rights members. You will be a member of this group and you will be able to ask me any questions that you might have. So if you get stuck, you can tag me in, you can say, Matt, please help me out with this, and I'll usually be able to answer within 12 hours. Now, you will also have thousands of people in our community in there as well who are very helpful people. They will be able to support you, provide answers to you, so do not feel like you're alone in this. You will actually be part of a community, one of the most supportive communities on the internet today, and we've got some very good people in what I call our Mobe family. We really do. You're going to love this. Special bonus number 2. Remember how I said that the Mobe license rights program, effectively it gives you everything you could need, and all you have to do is go and get traffic. Well, how do you go and get traffic? This is how. What I did is I took all of our top earners, all the people who made the most money in Mobe, and just about every single one of them has a different way that they generate traffic. And I said to them, I want you to teach a module a video, show me in a video exactly what it is you do, so that anyone else who's never done that could watch it and then go and replicate what it is you do. So they did just that, and we had actually about 9 of them. Okay, they each created their own module. Some of them do it with Facebook pay-per-click. For example, Michelle and Bill Pesco-Solido have made over $100,000, and they've done it with the Mobe License Rights program with Facebook. So they teach a module. We have people like Terry Lamb teaching his video marketing secrets. John Chow, who's made over $1 million, teaches you how to blog. All of that is included in the Traffic Masters Academy program. We sell this for $297 separately. You get this completely for free when you take action tonight and you become a Mobe License Rights member. Now, you also will get this completely for free when you take action tonight. This is called the Mobe Licensing Kit. So Mobe, as a business, the business that I put together, we made millions and millions of dollars licensing. Okay, it's been very profitable and it's worked very well. Licensing it's a really good way to get started making money in any business. It saves you a lot of time creating products, sales processes, and it allows you to cherry pick the best products out there. So this program, it's an extensive video program that will walk you through step by step exactly how to go and license other people's products. It shows you everything you need. Again, it's all done by video. We sell this separately for $297, but you will get this completely for free when you take action tonight. Alright, now I also believe that our host of tonight's call also has a few bonuses as well. So I'm going to be quiet for a second and let them tell us a little bit about what they have on offer tonight. Well, there you have it. I mean, that bonus alone, guys, that almost alone is reason for you to take action tonight. Getting to actually work with someone one-on-one who's actually in the business, getting results, that's an incredible bonus right there. So I want to add just one more thing. When you get involved in a lot of these marketing systems that you see advertised online, very few of them have any kind of guarantee at all, and usually that's because the people who put them together, they don't want to take the risk that that their stuff will actually be tested, and will people be able to get results with it if they take action. Well, I'm going to do things a little bit differently tonight because I want you to feel comfortable with this, and I want you to know that I stand behind this program, and I know that if you take action with it, you will do very well. So I'm actually going to offer a guarantee. And here's my guarantee. This is a 12-month guarantee, a 12-month implementation guarantee. Let me explain very carefully how it works. So you take action tonight. You become a Mobe License Rights member. You also get all the bonuses that I told you about, plus Traffic Masters Academy. That's the course that you're going to get for free when you take action tonight, which will show you how to go and get traffic. Here's what I want you to do. After you get that course, go through it all and start implementing. And I want you to find 3 traffic methods from that course and focus on them. And here's my offer to you. If you focus on 3 of those traffic methods, okay, focus on 3 of them, and I want you to do paid traffic methods. So for example, it could be pay-per-click, it could be solo ads, something where you're actually doing a paid method that brings in results in traffic almost immediately. And if you focus on that for 12 months, okay, and you can show me that you've focused on them and you've actually implemented each of those 12 months, if you haven't made sales after those first 12 months, I will gladly provide you a full refund. Okay, as long as you can provide me some kind of proof that you've implemented them each month for the 12 months, and you've done 3 of them, and you still haven't made sales, I will gladly give you a full money back guarantee. Now, why am I asking you to do this for 12 months? I don't expect it to have to take anywhere near that amount of time for you to get results. In fact, most people find that if they start implementing a paid traffic method, and if they're getting good traffic, good quality traffic, they're able to get sales very quickly. Okay, but the reason why I say 12 months, I don't want you looking at this as a 2 or 3 week thing. I want you coming into this as if you were actually buying into a real business and you're going to treat it like a real business. So I want you to look at this for the long term, And if you're able to do that and give this a fair try for each of those 12 months and show me proof that you actually took action, you implemented, and you worked at this, if you still don't have results after that, I will give you a full money back refund. Okay? Like I said, virtually no one else in this industry who offers systems like this offer any kind of guarantee. But if you can show me proof that you took action and this didn't work, I will do just that. So to wrap this up, I want you to remember the golden rule to making money online. Okay, it's this: traffic plus conversions equals sales. And hopefully what you've got tonight is you've understood that it all begins with conversions. Once you have the conversion model in place, once you have that business model that can convert traffic into paying customers, once you have a good vending machine, then it's just a matter of putting traffic in one end and getting out more sales on the other end. And that is effectively what the Mob License Rights program is going to give you. Okay, so if you're ready to get started, go ahead, click that link below right now. Do it right now. Don't put this off until later. Do it right now. You've seen the whole business model. You know how it works. There's never a better time than right now. Okay, it never makes sense to put things off. Go ahead, do it right now. Click that link. That's going to open up in a new window, so you will still be able to hear my voice. And I want you to start filling out your details and click add to cart at the end of that and get started. Okay, get started immediately. Lots and lots of people have been in the same program and got very good results. There's no reason why you can't do the same thing. There's no reason why you can't do extremely well from this, and several months from now look back on this moment and think to yourself, I am so glad that I ignored that little voice in my head. I decided to take action. I started implementing immediately, and look at me today. Now I'm finally making money online. There's no reason why that can't be you. So go ahead, click that link below. And I want you to really think about the options here. If you want, you can go and spend a few years of your life and literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, like I did, building all of this from scratch. Building your own products, sales videos, automated webinars, hiring entire teams of people, customer support, tech support, phone sales teams. That's not easy to put together. You can go and do all of that yourself and maybe have a chance of succeeding. Or you can make the very smart and very easy decision to get the Mob License Rights program right now, and then you can finally start making the money that you really got into this industry in the first place for. So go ahead, click that link below, get started. Become a Mob License Rights member right now. Let's get started. Let's partner together on this, and let's make things change for you together. Now, at the start of this call, I promise you a free gift. And if you're still on this call right now, first of all, congratulations, because you stuck it out. Most people don't. And this is where you can actually get the link. Okay, this is where you can get this video. So write this down. Go to mob.com/the truth about traffic. Once again, that's mob.com/the truth about traffic. Okay, note the 2 T's about traffic and the 2 F's in traffic. So, hope you've got that written down. So go ahead, the truth about traffic. So, just one final time, guys. This is essentially everything. And there's actually a few more that I haven't included here, which you will find, you'll actually see in the members area. But the Mob License Rights program is going to give you license rights to all of these products. You'll be able to sell them almost as if they were your own. And on the front end ones, you will be able to keep 90% commission. So you're making most of the money without having to put the product together, without having to do all the sales funnels or all of that. And you're also there in the bottom right corner getting Traffic Masters Academy, which will show you step by step from the most successful people in this program how to go and get results. If you would like to get access to all of that and the bonus that I offered tonight, go ahead, click the link below and get started. There's really no risk in doing this because, like I said, if you try this out, if you can show me that you've implemented this for a year and you still haven't got results, like I said, there's a money-back guarantee, but you've seen enough proof at this point. You've seen dozens and dozens of people that I showed you tonight who've got amazing results with this program. They're really no different to you. At some point, they were where you are right now. They were sitting there behind their computer, listening to my voice, watching a presentation like this, and they likely had doubts in their mind. In fact, I know that most of them did. They had doubts, they had unanswered questions, They had a bunch of reasons that they could use to not take action if they had wanted to. And they thought, okay, well, look, this makes sense. I understand how it works. I've seen other people get results with this. And I think that as long as I take action and I do what the system says, and I take action, I can get results too. So they took a chance, they went ahead, they got started. Some of those people have gone on to generate millions of dollars in sales. Many of them now depend on this as their full-time income source. Mobe is pretty much their number one business, and it's where they make the majority of their money on the internet. These are people who don't have really any major advantage over you. Some of them might have more experience, but a lot of them were brand new, and a lot of them had never made money online before. They made a decision, they clicked that link below, they filled out their details, and they got started. You can do the exact same thing. So go ahead, do that right now, and I look forward to seeing you one day at one of our live events where you are a Mobe partner and shaking your hand and just having you on board as a part of what we're trying to do here. So go ahead, get started. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you sometime soon.